I considered here just because
I feel like Ari has an okay matchup into the Aurora.
Yeah, and also Roamer doesn't strike me as the type of player who would be able to handle the difficulty of Aurora in this draft. I think something like this, Akali makes a lot more sense for his playstyle, and he's already had such a great start here with his re-debut on it, but he goes over to what's a little bit more meta here on the Aurora. Win rate not that great. We've seen most of our top players find the success that our middle teams have not. And the Yorick was always going to come through if that Jace came through, and we knew the Jace was coming as soon as we saw that ban of the Vayne.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of a mistake, the blind Jace into the available Yorick, because I feel like Yorick can teamfight in a composition like this that has so much extra utility to allow him to lumber up to you and hit you with a shovel. Yeah.
On this Ari pick just yet, but he's losing lane right now.
Oh, there's the beat drop on to Namgung here as well. He's taking so much damage. They needed one more auto or anything.
I'm surprised.
Get the flash out.
This does not decide to go for it. They don't have any vision in the jungle, which makes it a little bit more, makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, Gideon making his way in. The flash follow immediately. There is the wind becomes lightning to take down the Seraphine. Most terrifying, but he's still going to look for the angle here. As BDD, level 4, still looking for it, as down to about 100 health, and Roamer is just outplaying two people in this mid lane right now. Charm just barely missing, and BDD having a bit of a rough time here in this lane. Moving on down, seeing whether he can stop Gideon from taking this dragon. And Gideon just going to give this one up for now. There's the beat drop. Will connect. Deadly Flourish comes down as well as Cuz gets into Nimbus strike range. The immediate polymorph is good, but Gideon should still be going down. It's effort to get some revenge, but now Roamer comes over to take down aiming. Can they destroy the Ashe? They are going to be able to do so. And now Namgung just doing his best to try and escape, but BDD, he's got another charge of that Spirit Rush, and this is a very dead Lulu. Effort, in fact, just kind of killing everyone in that last exchange. Perhaps.
Maybe.
Because there is a blast going to bring Cuz on in here. Finds a Cyclone, but he's a little bit alone. A lot alone. As now the Encore is going to catch Gideon, but the Crescent Guard is so good. BDD completely is just not able to do anything, and Effort is also going to be dying in this fight. Roamer, now very low. Namgung as well. And BDD, oh man, he really wants to press R and try and find some sort of angle here, as there is the charm. And now he's out of buttons. And the flash in from Roamer is immediately going to get a flash response from BDD.
Cyclone, so this isn't even really necessarily a bait, but Effort doesn't have ult either. Like, I don't know if they can get anything out of this, but they're going to try.
Yeah, Namgung is going to be on vision. There is that last bullet, as aiming just looks to try and take this Lulu down. Namgung can...
Teddy has arrow?
There's 1 second on the Wild Growth as well. He will be able to use it to interrupt Cuz as he makes his way in. The arrow will connect as Cuz looks to try and kill Teddy here. Down goes Effort, and now Teddy wants to kill aiming as well. Another Cyclone comes in. Barrier not going to be enough to save the save the Ashe, and it is Cuz that locks down that kill. But now Gideon, he's smelling a double kill here. They do get some buttons back, as there is the Warrior Trickster. That sidestep. Thanks, Swifties.
So much health that it's hard for BDD to really threaten kills. Cuz coming in.
Yeah, Cuz can definitely threaten some kills, but the Wild Growth is going to keep Teddy alive. Is going to say, good work pressing your R button, as Gideon looking to go in, wants to try and just kill Effort here, and he might just be able to do so. No flash available, and he is just dead.
Okay, well, he finds the angle there. It wasn't exactly the angle I think he expected off the Blast Cone, but gets on top of the Seraphine nonetheless. And he does have control of that top wave. He's going to have to get here real quick. Here's the TP from Yorick as well.
Yep. And the TP is going to follow there from casting. That will be the Herald secured by the Bros, as Gideon into the Ghoulie wall, but will he survive? That is the question. Oh my goodness, he will, as there's the curtain call. Sidestep's going to be required. Teddy saves his jungler. The rest of KT, though, looking for more, as Roamer is in a lot of trouble. That was almost another snipe from Effort to try and grab a kill, and there's the beat drop. Deadly Flourish to follow. Perfect having to flash out of the way, and aiming just dead to Teddy. Cuz puts him down immediately as they trade 80 carries. Then on 3, I feel like both of these champions do scale relatively similarly, as BDD having to use his ulti to get out of the way of casting. Still finds a nice little electrocute proc, but it's not quite doing enough. Do you know what's crazy about this stage? As we do have a little bit of a charm from the brush from BDD. We're going to try and push Roamer away here, as He does ult to try and escape. Obviously, the Ahri should be able to follow here, but decides not to. And
he wants
arrows saved by connects onto the Yorick as Casting, distracted by getting that 50 gold from the Maiden, does manage to do that. Yeah, Cuz comes down, distracted by some honey fruit. As BDD looking for it here against Casting as he almost just kills the Ahri. Does get out of the way, and look at Cuz. What a gentleman. He does have to flash and Cyclone to try and avoid death here. Gets another one as Gideon tanks up this turret and will be able to take down the monkey. Teddy looking for an angle here very aggressively.
We are winning elsewhere.
Ooh, speaking of perfect, going to take a big old chunk from Casting as the Dragon is going to be taken here by the Bros. Roamer now looking for an angle as well. As he goes between worlds, doesn't find too much, and the rest of the Bros not quite there for the follow-up, but just to try and us.
But like now I'm a bro believer. I'm a bro-lever.
Yeah.
Born again believer.
It feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Not for Cuz, who takes a lot of damage from Roamer. But otherwise, it's going to be okay. We can talk about Bro Leaf right now because they haven't thrown this game away just yet, and they're continuing not to do so as Roamer gets a lot of damage there. Still, they're turning on to Perfect as BDD trying to keep him alive, but that is going to be a great Crescent Guard. Means that Gideon is going to be absolutely fine, and the Yorick is just dead before this fight's even really started. As Casting looking to try and turn it now onto Cuz. Roamer still holding them in position. As aiming, not quite finding the buttons that he wants to. And all of the Bros are still alive. Curtains have been called as now PDD wants to change that. Looks to try and take down Namgung here, but now needs to get himself out. And he has to flash to get out of the way. No more Spirit Rushes up and available. And with no flash, he is just dead. The Bros are just better. Bros setting it up. Oh god, aiming I think might have to use some of his higher cooldown buttons, and he does. I don't really like it. I feel like the payoff of giving Jin more money is just more Jin, which is not great. As, although, you know, aiming is going to have to cleanse. Avoids the arrow though, so now that button is on cooldown. Cuz looking for a flank as the Dragon is up and available.
I think KT might just want to give this, I mean, they could fish.
Oh, Roamer does find BDD here, and now Cuz looks to make his way in. There's a Cyclone. The Encore comes down as well, but Cuz very close to dying. Thankfully, effort is going to be there to try and keep him alive, but he will go down in the end. BDD looks for the angle onto Roamer, but those boots were made for tanking, and Roamer will stay alive. That is going to be a clean ace for the Bros, and they're looking to push up mid lane.
I think when you're in the thick of things as this Aurora into the comp of KT, the value of the Merc Treads is so high. The dash cannon value is so high. It's so difficult to kill him, and he gets away here.
God, it's absurd! And also gets the kill credit on that one. Coach Song and Juke both losing their minds in the coaching booth. Luxury items, double GAs now, triple, sorry. GAs completed, as let's see whether they can kill Casting. I'm thinking it's a no at this point in time, as the Shock Blast is also going to push him away. The arrow will connect. Mikhails is going to be there to try and keep him alive. Crescent Guard from Gideon makes him so incredibly safe, and down goes the Wukong once again. Bro can just do no wrong today. They are so incredibly good. The coordination, the answers that they have in every moment.
And this comp is so easy to play from ahead, as a charm here is just going to tickle Teddy. He does not care. There's no follow-up. TP in the mid lane, they're going to end with this Baron, it feels like. Is it going on aiming?
Yeah, Teddy is just tanking up the turret, walks past it as BDD in so much trouble. Evan having to flash out of the way of Teddy, whose arrows are just destroying them. He is having to back away as they do make it to the relative safety of the fountain, but a curtain call from the fountain is not the way you win a game of League of Legends, ladies and gentlemen, as Casting at about 2 health is taking down inhibitors.
Another wave's going to spill through. There's no defending this.
Arrow isn't going to quite find the mark as Cuz is able to sidestep it. Let's see whether they can try and put on the miracle defense, but I don't think it's going to happen. Down to the GA goes the Xin Zhao, and now Roamer is once again going between worlds, looking to take down BDD. Nexus turret number 2 though, and the Bros will 2-0 KT Rolster.